Look at this, these flowers should be turning into tomatoes right now. But instead they are just drying up and falling off. This is the most frustrating thing that can happen in summer. You have watered, you have fed your plants, everything looks green and healthy, and still no fruit. So today I want to explain exactly why this happens, because the reason surprised me. And I will also show you what you can actually do about it. So here is the thing most people get wrong. When tomato flowers dry up and drop, the first instinct is to blame the watering. Too much, not enough, but that's usually not the real issue. The real problem is heat, and not just daytime heat, but also nighttime heat. Because tomatoes are actually pretty picky about temperature. Their sweet spot is somewhere between 20 and 30 degrees Celsius during the day. Above 30 degrees, the pollen starts to become sterile, and the flower just can't do their job anymore. But here is the part that really got me. It's the night that matters the most. Tomato plants need to cool down at night to recover. Ideally, you want at least a 10-degree drop between day and night. Something like 25 degrees Celsius in the day and 15 degrees at night. That gap is what allows the plants to regulate itself and produce fruit properly. Right now in Paris, we are in the middle of a serious heat wave. And look at that, we hit 40 degrees today. And last night, it barely dropped below 24 degrees Celsius. And that's exactly the problem. When nights stay that warm, the plant never gets to recover. It needs that temperatures drop, and without it, the flowers just keep falling. I'm gardening in pots on my balcony, but if you are growing in the ground, or in a raised bed, or anywhere, if you are going through a heat wave right now, your tomatoes are dealing with the exact same issue. The soil type doesn't matter, and the container doesn't matter. Because when nights are too warm, the plant struggles. So now, what can you do when you are stuck in the middle of a heat wave? First is shade. If you can block direct sun during the hottest hours, like between noon and 4 p.m, do it. You can use a shade net, or a parasol, or even just draping an old bed sheet over the plant. Anything that takes the edge off. You are not trying to put the plant in the dark, just to reduce that peak heat a little. Because a few degrees can make a real difference. Second solution is misting. This one is very simple. Just take a spray bottle, and when it's really hot, like 32 to 45 degrees Celsius, just mist the flowers and the leaves. You can do that a few times a day if you can. It cools the plants down locally and keeps the pollen from drying out completely. And you don't need to worry about fungal disease, because when it's that hot and dry, the water evaporates almost instantly. Another idea is to go for cherry tomatoes. This is more for a long-term note for next season, but cherry tomatoes handle heat stress way better than big varieties. Their flowers are smaller, they pollinate more easily, and they keep producing even when conditions aren't ideal. So if you are gardening in a hot climate or a city, they are just a safer bet. Big heirloom varieties are beautiful, but they are the first to give up when summer gets brutal. Also, sometimes the plant just goes into pause mode. Usually July and August can be brutal. And tomatoes, especially the big varieties, will often just stop producing for a few weeks. It's not a failure, the plant is just trying to protect itself. The good news is when temperatures drop a bit, usually by late August or September, the plant often bounces back and you get a late flush of fruit going into autumn. So if your flowers are falling right now, don't pull the plant. Try to keep it alive, keep it watered, and keep misting when it's hot. And also give it time. So yeah, dry tomato flowers in summer usually comes down to heat stress. Day heat kills the pollen, and night heat stops the recovery. So the best thing you can do in the short term is keep the plant cool and moist as much as possible. If you are dealing with this right now, drop a comment. I'm curious to know if you are seeing the same thing wherever you are gardening. And if you found this video helpful, please subscribe. I post every week about growing food in small spaces and containers. See you in the next one.